This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Humanity, look how far you've fallen. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and fury of anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, Go 13's anime. Good morning to Dead Man Walking 55, Daryl the Derelict, Master of the TDS. Good morning, greetings, sir. DJ Ronnie G, Chris Persia, and Mark the Infinitely Tired. The Bash Brother Wrenches are here. Lady Arwen, good morning. Good morning to the Bibacious Purple Valkyrie of Valhalla. Good morning, Purple. Kaylee D, good morning. Kaylee D, how are you? Pat S, good morning. Pat S. Psychodorf Nod, good morning, brother. Fire Knight 013, Mexican Iron Man, good morning, brother. Keely Chow, Roll Tide, Keely, Roll Tide. Dave G Sound, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are having an excellent one. Nearsighted Cyclops, hello. Mamus Mouse, good morning. Good morning. I hope you all are having a great one. Sir Persalot, greetings. How are you doing? Hello there. Hello there, right back at you. And a big good morning to my guest, the Writing Raven. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm all right. Thank you for having me on, and your intro is awesome.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank you. There's a variety. I never know which one to use. I never
like
know
it.
which one to use.
I like this one.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Coach over at Echo Base helped me do that.
Cool.
A couple of those in there he helped me do. So we've collaborated on a couple of different things. But it's fun. It's fun. I love doing the intros. I love doing the intros and the skulls and just having fun. Having fun. It's a big thing. I like it. If you're not having fun, something's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Fun is fun.
So, welcome to Mornings of Mischief. Welcome to Women's of the Fandom on Mornings of Mischief. Usually we ask questions, and those questions are usually like, what got you into the fandom? What brought you into your first fandom? So we'll kick off with that. What brought you into your first fandom? What got you interested in stuff like this?
All right. Well, the one I can really think of that was actually my first hardcore fandom, besides Harry Potter, was Game Informer magazine.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah. It was 2017, and it was the issue in which they featured Darksiders 2 as the main article and had the Horseman Death on the cover. And at least I think it was, no, I had just turned 17, so it was before 2017, obviously. But basically, my brother had subscribed to Game Informer, and I saw what looked like a awesome version of the Grim Reaper on the cover.
Yeah.
I stole the magazine, read the article, and instantly fell in love with the Horseman Death. So now that I had turned 17, I was finally old enough to buy a mature game for myself. Using my brother's Xbox, obviously. But
Yeah.
but it was the first game that I ever bought. So I told my mom, this is a mature game. I want it. I mean, look, it's death.
Yeah.
Because I had been a goth for a long time at that point. So my mom knew that this would be the kind of thing I would like. So she let me get it because I was old enough. And as soon as the opening narration came on and the Crow Father was talking about the balance, I instantly fell in love because it said, there can be no life without order. Good, evil, darkness, light. There must be balance in the universe. And that is actually a philosophy I have held for a very long time about the balance between light and dark. I use it in my writing a lot. And I was like, oh my god, I really love this game. Unfortunately, I rage quit pretty soon after because I got stuck in a dungeon that I wasn't the right level for. And then I didn't play it again for about 5 years until the studio announced that they were finally releasing Darksiders 3. So once I heard that announcement, I immediately caught up on all the lore I had missed, watched all the cutscenes for the first game, even finally played all the games. Yes, that is death, and that is the death that was on the Game Informer cover.
Yep, that is the exact same picture. Yep.
So basically, I made sure to catch up on all the lore, all the story, and as soon as I was done with that and I was caught up and ready for the third game, I was like, wait a minute. I'm noticing plot holes in the first game. This isn't good. I need to know what happens next. And then I ended up writing a fan fiction of what happens next, which is actually pretty good and does not involve any wokeness or characters falling in love.
Nice.
Yeah. I originally thought of making it a romantic relationship between the main character and War, but then I realized, no, she's 16 and he's lived for millennia. It would never work. So it ended up becoming a more parent-child relationship.
Oh, that's cool. It's good thought. That's well thought out too.
Thank you. I'm more of a go with the flow kind of writer, really, but yeah, Darksiders is my absolute favorite franchise on the planet. I am just so in love with the series and its lore, its design. Joe Madureira, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a comic book artist. He's done some Spider-Man comics, I believe, and maybe some others. He was the lead designer and the co-creator of the franchise, and it is awesome. The fanfiction is available on my Wattpad if anyone wants to read it. Start with book 1, The Seed of Knowledge. I'm still working on the sequel.
All right. Okay, so this brought you into your first fandom. This got you interested in your very first your very first group fandom.
Mm-hmm. I did, like I said though, I did rage quit the game and then didn't play again for
that doesn't matter.
For 5 years.
I think I did the same thing with the original Metal Gear on NES. I think I rage quit and threw the controller down. I was like, I'm never playing this again. And then like 4 years later, I picked it up and like walked through it and wrote all the clues down in a notepad and wrote everything out. And yeah. I was like, okay, so you have to be sneaky. You can't just like power through it.
Yeah, I am a tank when it comes to combat games. I am even terrible at blocking and dodging.
So do you play like MMOs, or is it strictly just like one single player console? Or
I am more of a single player. And I mainly hack and slash games. Though I have done a few puzzle games and but mainly when it comes to video game franchises, I am all about the bloodshed.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I totally get that. You want to do the cool moves and decapitations and yes.
Yes.
Luke Miss Prime, Mortal Kombat 11 is my combat game to play recently. I like 11. I do. I've got the expansions and the extra stuff. I just don't like the stores. I don't know why everything's got to have a store now. It's like every game has to have a store. You put in like a first-person shooter, and there's a store. Oh, here, get 10,000 buy me bucks on Far Cry. I don't get any of that.
Well, Darksiders technically does have an in-game store, but not one that's pay to win.
Well,
they literally just have a demon merchant.
That's fine.
You things.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm talking like spend your real world money on game dollars. I don't. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that where they're like, okay, we'll spend $20 on 20,000 silver bars so you can buy things in the game with silver bars, and it's a single player game. It's not an MMO or anything like that. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, people. That makes no sense except for the companies trying to get more money.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, if you want a quick, easy way to get these guns, here, buy them with real world money.
Pay to win.
Yeah, pay to win. No one likes pay to win. No. I don't know why. Microtransactions were the worst thing to ever happen to games. Yes, absolutely.
Agreed.
So you like beat 'em ups? You like hack and slashes?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other games in your repertoire? Darksiders is good. I mean,
Darksiders is the main one, the only one in which I own all 4 games, and that I actually spent a heck of a lot of money for the Ultimate Collector's Edition of Darksiders 3.
Now those, if I'm not mistaken, like give me just a second. I know because I've got them too.
Darksiders 3
PC.
Apocalypse Edition.
Yeah, so you've got like almost like, let's see, you've got Darksiders War Master Edition. Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. I guess I didn't get the regular edition of Darksiders 2. I got the definitive.
Oh, I've got all the versions.
So there's four different versions, or
it's more that War Mastered and Definitive are the next gen console remakes. Basically just better graphics, better coloring. I think they originally did it as an experiment to bring the game onto next-gen consoles, because Darksiders 3 was only released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC. So basically, my first 2 games that I actually made progress in was the original Darksiders and the original Darksiders 2, and because my Xbox 360 is busted, I cannot play them anymore.
Master of the TDS says we couldn't bring the statues back with us from our parents' house. They are too big. Really?
Yeah. Apocalypse Edition came with 4 pretty big figurines. Each one came in its own square foot box.
Oh, wow.
And the boxes were too big. I didn't want to. I got the Apocalypse Edition 2 to 3 years ago and still have not unpacked the statues, because I wanted to be able to bring them here, and they wouldn't fit in the suitcase.
Holy crap.
I should have brought an extra suitcase just to pack those boxes. But I did manage to bring back everything else that I had left that I wanted to bring home. So
that is amazing. Bad Steven from the Crisco Corps with a $2 Canadian super chat says Loki has a feeling for more Crisco Bell. You mean more cowbell? Crisco cowbell, I think is what you were trying to say, Steven. Might have ran out of room. Psychodorf 9 with $5 super chat. I love taking it won't ship and taking down a $68 he bought it player. Thank you so very much, Pat Steven Skull and Psychodorf 9. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Skull!
Skull!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And Vicky, let's talk with a $5 super chat. Geeks hate strong women. Me, then why do I have Ripley, Connor, Buffy, Dune, Leia, Tila, Ivanov, Delenn toys? See, geeks love strong women.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Also Fury in Darksiders 3.
Pure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only female among the horsemen. Their sister. She is a badass.
And Master of the TDS, I want to clarify, Raven bought this version before we were married.
Yeah. Pretty long before we were married, actually. Hence why it was still at my parents'.
So is there another IP that you love? It doesn't have to be games. It could be TV. It could be movies. It could be books.
True.
Obviously, you like Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, yes. He was my very first inspiration when I started writing. I even modeled my writing style after his. And also why I call myself Writing Raven. Because thanks to him, the raven is now my spirit animal.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I memorized the poem.
I know a couple of Vikings who have some ravens as their spirit animal. And Odin likes ravens, or so I hear.
Mm-hmm. Hugin and Moonin.
Yes, she knows the names, ladies and gentlemen. She knows the names of the ravens.
I know Norse mythology. I do my research.
Birds. You were saying that you like Vikings, the show Vikings.
Yes, and
How did
Vikings
you get into
in general. I was looking for new shows to watch. Heard about this one. Don't remember how I heard about it, but I did. Downloaded the History Channel app and just started watching it. And oh my gosh, it is good. Yeah. I am still working on finishing it. I don't always have the time. Though to and from my parents' house, I did watch a couple episodes.
Well, the story of Ragnar and Ragnar's children, and how much of that is, is made up. How much of that is fact versus fiction. We do know that Ragnar took France. He took
Paris.
the city. Yeah, he took Paris. Sorry, I said France. He took the city of Paris. We do know that he pretended to be dead, and they smuggled it in, and they did a little Trojan horse with the Parisians.
And their shield walls are pretty good too.
Oh yeah, we've got a couple of shield walls here in Valhalla. So, we know our shield walls.
Oh, yes.
Vikings, that was our shield walls.
Gotta love a shield wall.
So you got into Vikings. Anything else?
Addams Family, my husband has reminded me.
Addams Family. Oh yeah, the older movies, even older TV show.
Yes.
OG.
Not the new animated abomination.
No.
My husband could tell you, he's told the story over and over on our own streams, that it made me cry, and from heartbreak. Because it just it was the last thing that new movie was the last mainstream media that my husband and I watched. Ever since then, we've been only anime. Because I wanted to give it a chance, and he said, no, I can already see where this is going. It's going to suck. And he was right. And I regret it.
Well, there are rumors about Tim Burton doing a movie with Johnny Depp and Eva Green as Gomez and Morticia.
Well, that's actually been debunked. The cast for Wednesday, Morticia, and Gomez has been actually confirmed already.
Oh, really?
And they're all Latino.
Ah, I did not know that.
Yeah. The show is literally called Wednesday, and it's only about Wednesday Addams. And for some reason, she's in school and going to have psychic powers that she has to figure out.
Oh, it's a television show.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh, so this isn't Tim Burton.
No, it's Tim Burton. But
really?
I think he's just going to be the director. I have no idea how much control he has over this, because when I heard that Tim Burton was going to be doing something for the Addams Family, I was like, oh my god, that is perfect. And Johnny Depp, I agree. Johnny Depp, Justice for Johnny, would have been a great casting for Gomez Addams. And Eva Green as Morticia. Or Christina Ricci as Morticia. But because Christina Ricci played Wednesday in the 90s movies. Oh my gosh, she is good.
Sorry, just another red shirt. I know. Even older, black and white. I used to watch the black and white TV version back in the day.
Yeah, I watched that and The Munsters. And Rob Zombie is actually doing a movie on Munsters movie.
Yep.
And that I have some hope for too, because I know Rob Zombie, and I don't actually know him, but that guy respects horror.
I want to hear the music. Yeah.
Good stuff. Jinx. But yeah, he's doing a Monsters movie, and I do have hope for that because I know he'll respect what came before.
I'm hoping so. I want to see the car. I want to see his car.
Oh, I want to see that hearse.
The Dragula. Yes.
Oh, that's a good song.
I actually saw that car. I was driving down the road the other day, and I saw that car. I was like, God, it's the old Monstermobile. Someone's driving around the old Monstermobile. So they had to have like a car show or something going on. But you'll see something like that every once in a while.
True.
Even more so where I used to live in Branson, they've got like a car show every weekend where they'll have stuff like out there. They'll have Tow Mater from the car movies, and they'll have all kinds of crazy shit. Knight Rider, car from Knight Rider.
DeLorean?
And DeLorean, they've got the Back to the Future mobile. Yeah. They've got like a museum of cars. So it's cool.
Did they have the Chevy Impala? Supernatural reference.
Yes, baby. Yes, they have baby.
I did forget that is another show I really love.
How'd you get into that? You just growing up watching it?
It was actually suggested by a friend, and then during
15 seasons, God.
Yeah, but during my when I was studying abroad during my gap year, I binge watched was it 10 to 12 seasons. I did have to skip some episodes because the website I was using didn't play them right. And I even ended up getting locked in the school building when they closed early for the day. And one of my classmates had to hitchhike to come get me.
So you pulled a never-ending story where you were like so engrossed in it, you just stayed even after they locked up.
Yeah, I guess so. I did not keep track of the time because I don't know if how many people know this, but my husband and I are Orthodox Jewish, so we're Sabbath observant. So when I say they locked up early for the day, it was in observance of our Sabbath.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
wasn't keeping track of the time. So I literally had to contact my classmates, and one of them literally hitchhiked to come to my rescue. It was hilarious.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
Especially when you have someone there that you can count on that will do something like that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked 60s. Yeah. It was Project Story Time. Thank you, Josh. 60s Munstermobile or 60s Batmobile? What's your car of choice?
Munster.
I would have to go with the Batmobile. But Munstermobile's right there. It is. Munstermobile's right there. It's a hard choice.
Mm-hmm.
Batmobile, just because that 60s Batmobile was. I know, I'm a dork. I'm a bad dork. I love Batman. But Munstermobile's right up there with it. It's one of those. It's one of those cars that's just heck yeah. So you like monster stuff, you like horror, you like you like death, you like the Horseman. Any comics, anything like that?
Let's see. Comic books? My dad is a comic book collector, or was before the comic book industry died. And I used to he wouldn't let me read all of his comics because I guess some of them weren't age appropriate at the time for me. But I read them anyway. I would just sneak in, steal them, read them over the weekend, and then put them back when he went away after he went away to work.
Yeah. Look
So,
at all
yeah.
the stuff you're not supposed to. I'm looking
Yeah.
at the stuff I'm not supposed to.
But it seemed okay to me. And I'm the oldest of my siblings, so if anyone was old enough to read them, it was me. So.
Usually comics aren't like, usually there's some stuff that
They were mostly rated T for teen, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But what's it called? It was my dad who got me into comics, and my brothers, though I think I'm more into comics than they are. I would also watch TV shows based on those comics, like X-Men Evolution. That I used to watch religiously with my brothers. But yeah, my dad got me into comic books, and I do remember also as a kid we would have winter movie nights watching Star Wars, the original trilogy.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, that's like a slice of Americana.
Yeah,
now.
that's how my parents introduced us and got us into Star Wars. Until Star Wars died.
Until Star Wars died. The abomination that is the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get started on that. We try not to get started on that personally.
My apologies, everyone.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those people that walked out of Last Jedi just kind of like in shell shock. Like, what happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I just watched.
I haven't even seen it.
It was bad. It was
I know.
Really bad.
I saw CinemaSins take on it.
Oh man. It's just one of those things that you're like, I don't know what happened. I called my dad. He was like, "How was it?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. What do you mean you can't tell me? I don't know. I don't know. I have to process. It was a couple of days before I was like, I think it really sucked.
Yeah.
I really think this sucked. Am I the only one that?
When Rise of Skywalker was coming into theaters, and my husband and I saw all of Doomcock's leaks for the movie, I literally told my brother, "Are you going to see The Last Jedi?" He said, "Yeah, I'm going with some friends. It's going to be awesome." I said, "Don't go. It's shiz." He didn't believe me until after he saw it.
I sat at home and watched that. Yes, I did sit at home and watch that opening night. I was just like, this makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. The way they bounce around everything. Rey's running around with her mouth open like, golly gee whiz, everybody. And it's just like, wow. And then the scene with her dark cap is just laughable. It's like, okay, you can't play an evil version of yourself that hisses like a cat. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
It's like you're not scary and I'm not afraid. You're just kind of like
Pretty much.
your double-ended lightsaber.
Honestly, they really just need to hire me. But I don't want to work for them because I don't want to be woke.
Oh. Yeah, right there with you, Master of the TDS. I wish I never saw it. I shouldn't have. But I've got this like thing where I'm like, no, if I'm going to review something, I'm going to see it. And I'm going to watch it. So yeah, no, shouldn't have.
One of the viewers for mine and my husband's channel has been trying to get us to 1,000 likes on something so that we'll review the new Addams Family show. I'm not doing it. I don't care how many likes or how many bribes you try to give me. I am not watching another thing that's going to ruin Addams Family. No.
So you guys have your own channels. Is it a couple channel?
It is. It's me and my husband. It's called Gothic Therapy because I'm a goth and he's a therapist.
Oh wow, the very first iteration of Mornings of Mischief wasn't Mornings of Mischief at all. It was pop culture therapy because I'm a chemical dependency counselor, so you could almost say I was a therapist. But yeah, so originally this was called pop culture therapy. No one knows that because no one remembers it because no one ever watched anything that I did until I changed it to Mornings of Mischief and actually did a morning show. But you guys have your own channel, and so Gothic Therapy. How did that start? Tell us about how you guys started that and how you decided you wanted to do this.
I'll try to give the short version.
No. By all means, anything you want to talk about, we've still got 30 minutes. So by all means, take as long as you want.
Fair enough. So my husband originally did YouTube 4 or 5 years ago as his username, Master of the TDS. And he got run off the platform and almost doxxed by a really toxic gaming community and ended up losing his hobby from it. Then after we got married, I knew about his old channel he had shown me some of his old videos and I thought they were pretty good. And I just started having this idea, what if we did YouTube together? It took a while, but we actually ended up doing that. And it was right around when, all the lockdowns started, and he took to his old Twitter account to find out actual news because TV sources were not good, as everyone knows. But we ended up, I don't remember all the details. I'm sure my husband can give the specifics, but we ended up just rebranding his old channel and doing videos together. And it's a lot of fun.
Heck yeah. Rebranding is can be fun, especially if you've got, some subscribers left over that are like, what happened? Where'd you go?
Yeah, he actually, when he made a I am returning video, the first comment was, the legend has returned.
Gotta love that. And Captain Spire with $5 super chat. William Shatner is lifting off into space on my birthday. How amazing is that? Godspeed, William Shatner. Godspeed, Captain Spire. And thank you so very much for that $5 super chat. You all keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright. Thank you so very much. And we're gonna burn some villagers down this morning. Skull! Yes! Thank you so very much, guys.
Gotta love a good raid.
Yes. Oh, man. So you guys got your channel off the ground.
Yeah.
Rebranded, got it off the ground. What do you do? He mentioned something. Your husband mentioned something weekly, a weekly show. What do you guys do?
we call it psychosynopsis. Because of our work schedules, we can't make videos every day, so we stick with one video a week. And basically, we just summarize all the crazy that has happened during that week. We keep a list and write down everything that's going on, everything that's happened. We decide which ones to take out, which ones to discuss. My husband makes all the thumbnails, the videos on what we're talking about. He does all the editing of the audio as well. I just collect the list. But it is basically that we just summarize all the psycho, whether you want it or not, and then at the very end, my husband will diagnose the week based on what has happened. Not people, just the week. And since we've been running out of diagnoses to use, we've added what we call the remedy of the week, in which we refer people to other channels.
Oh, so like, if you're having a hard time with Kathleen Kennedy, head over to Doomcock's show.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah. Nice. That is cool. That's really cool.
Thank you.
You don't just give an analysis of the problem. You give a solution. Well, if you guys don't like this stuff, go over and listen to Doomcock, or go over and listen to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, or whatever it is. Here's your solution to your problem.
Yeah, pretty much. So far we've only done it twice because like I said, it's relatively new. But Psychosynopsis is the name of our weekly show, and when we have guests on live streams, which we have done a few times, we call it the therapy couch.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So, is there any certain thing you guys have been focusing on, like Disney or CBS, or is it just
Not really. It's more of everything that's happened, and I had the idea of making our thumbnails into a waiting room, and we decided that whatever we're going to talk about, we're going to call them clients, and my husband will literally just take images of what we're talking about, like different characters, and literally sit them in the waiting room. It is quite awesome. It's gotten us a lot more viewers since we've made that waiting room.
That is awesome. That is I'm gonna have to catch more of your shows. Is what I'm gonna have to do.
Please do.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's not just like Master of the TDS said, it's not just here's the diagnosis, enjoy. It's here's the solution, and that's like one of the things we do here. Is it's not just bitch, moan. It is how do we take care of this? Well, stop paying them the money. Stop watching their shit. Stop giving them views. Stop clicking on the buttons. Stand up and don't take this shit. Yep. That's a big thing for us. Is never forget what some of these people have done and what some of these people have said, because when they tell you we don't need you, we don't want you as fans, and then they turn around and they're like, why didn't our book sell, or why isn't our show doing well? Well, you told us if we don't like your politics, or we don't like what you have to say, not to watch your shit, or not to buy your shit, or not to read your shit. Well, we're not going to do that.
Yep. We literally have a diagnosis for that.
Yeah, we just won't. Yeah. You said it.
There is a diagnosis for that, and it has been happening a lot. So we have to get creative sometimes.
Absolutely, Master of the TDS. So many amazing creators in this community. There absolutely are. There's people that are creating. One of our good friends, Dega Outlaw, writer, wordsmith, master author, Dega Outlaw, provides books. He is a established author. He has been published. Absolutely wonderful guy. Wonderful literature he has. It's people like that we need to be opening our wallets to, and spreading the word. Hey, there are people that are writing wonderful books. There are people creating wonderful comics. How do we solve the problem of what's going on? Well, we back and support the people that are trying to make a difference and trying to create good, wonderful things, wonderful stories that just don't bleed soy and woke.
I have those kinds of stories on my Wattpad.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. These are the people we back. These are the people that we support. People like the Writing Raven, people like Adega Outlaw. This is how we fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is we support the people that are writing and creating wonderful things instead of supporting the people that aren't.
Exactly. Well said, sir.
Thank you. And that's how we do it. That's how we fix the problem. And we show them that. We show them that. I'm sorry, but your movies and your crap, we're not going to support that. People that have loved and cherished it's just like this latest thing with James Bond. I grew up watching James Bond. I grew up experiencing that. From a little kid, I've seen James Bond. Well, now they've completely changed what he is and who he is, and I'm not going to support that. I'm not going to pay to see their movie. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to support their decisions to completely destroy that person. It's just not going to happen.
Agreed.
So,
and it's like all of this wokeness and all of this pandering. I literally have only ever seen one instance when it actually worked, and that was in Darksiders 3 with the character of Lust.
What happened there?
Darksiders 3, the main villains were the 7 deadly sins, and literally their iteration of Lust was non-binary, and it actually worked.
Wow.
Because Lust works on both men and women. The character was a woman, but dressed more like a man, was voiced by a man, actually, and was also called they, them. But it worked. I've never seen another instance since then that worked. Just that one.
I've yet to play 3. 3's the one with the
Fury.
Fury. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to play 3. I've got 1 and 2. I've got the whatever War Master and Definitive Edition and all that.
Yeah. 3 is good. It just has a bit more Dark Souls-esque gameplay, which makes it extremely hard, and why I rage quit that one as well. But then there's also the latest one, Darksiders Genesis, which is their first co-op gameplay featuring Strife, the 4th Horseman.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Master of the TDS says it wasn't forced or injected in the game. Natural diversity is usually where it works best.
And it did. For that character, it really did work. I didn't even think anything of it. I thought it was kind of odd that they were saying they instead of he or she, but other than that, no. And then years later, after all the wokeness started coming to light and, being forced down your throats, I realized they're not doing it right. I've seen it work. They're not making it work. Why aren't they doing it the way Darksiders 3 did?
Here's the thing. If it's a thought out story, if they thought it out and they worked on it and it works, then it works. The problem is when it comes to what is going on today, it's like the new Superman. I heard the other day. I heard this and it makes complete and total sense. Instead of caring about a character and putting thought and creation into the character that you have made, they have made it all about this character being trans or this character being bisexual or this character being gay. Mm-hmm. And that is their character. I am gay is their character. That is like saying, well, this character is this because they are black.
Yeah, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You're making a character based around this one thing that is something that should be a background to who they are, not who they are.
Or just a side perk. I mean, I can speak from experience. Making characters is hard. And yes, it is important for them to have personality traits, but sexuality is not important when it comes to a character. I mean, most of my stories don't even have relationships involved. Or if they do, they're pre-existing relationships. I don't
Something
write.
that makes sense.
Yes, my co-authored novel on Wattpad, which was recently read on Amber Andromeda's channel. If anyone wants to go check that out, she did a pretty good job on it. I have one of the main characters is married, and the other one gets engaged. And then there's also another character that gets married to a man. Like, all of my relationships are heterosexual because I don't see the need to make gay couples. And I also don't believe in pandering.
Yeah. And what Purple Valkyrie said here is pretty much this is the way it's more about ticking boxes than developing a well-rounded character that people can relate to.
Yes, and I hate that.
They're doing more harm here than anyone else could do, because people are going to be like, you know what, I'm just tired of it. It's like everything has to be this, everything has to be this, and all you care about is this sexual relationship. When you have a children's show that cares more about the sexual orientation of a character, it's a kid's show.
Mm-hmm. And they have been doing that.
Yeah, and they have been doing that.
It's horrible. No one cares who fictional people sleep with.
That's right. And Project Storytime, yes. Look at Cisco, Captain Cisco from Deep Space Nine. He is black, but he's also a widower, a father, a son, a captain, a warrior, spiritual man, a husband. Being black is characteristic, not his entire character. And Cisco is not one to almost ever make an issue out of that. I think the only time I ever heard him talk about an issue like that was when the casino thing came up with the holodeck, where it was 1950s Las Vegas, and he was like, do you know how people got treated back then? That's the only time he ever made an issue of race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't make an issue about it at all. If anything, if any issue I make about race, it's between human versus non-human, never about skin.
Yeah, and Arwen Avalon right there. A character's sexuality should be organic and not forced into a story. It's only a part of the person.
Agreed.
Nobody cares who heroes pork. Very well said, Snowed Up. God, I love you, brother. We care about the conflict. Yeah, the drama. It's the drama.
The story.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I make sure to focus on, is the story. I hardly write relationships, honestly.
And that's what people should focus on, is the character and the story, and not who they choose to sleep with.
That's what I focus on when I write. And if it happens to be part of the story, then I do so. I do have a couple stories in which relationships develop, but I do it right, and I don't make it the main focus of the story. Technically it just becomes a side plot.
God, Namon's just being Namon's. I haven't heard that in forever. Snogging.
Last time I heard the word snogging was in Harry Potter.
Snogging. I haven't heard that in forever. Absolutely. Would a character's forced sexuality be mental assault to the viewers?
Yes. Absolutely, yes. I mean, it is forced, and therefore it is an assault.
Purple hates that word. I'm assuming you mean snogging. Purple Valkyrie. Very British and Irish, yes. Snogging. So how if you could fix this, if there was some way you could fix this, where would you start as far as all of this goes, all this stuff that's going on, all this soy horseshit? Where would you start if you could fix it? What would be the first thing you would do?
Fired all the writers.
It's not a bad idea.
And then I would just take over those writing rooms, either with just by myself or with a handful of people who I know are actually good writers. And then we would just collaborate and rework all the scripts. Because it starts with the writing. You can't have a good TV show or a good comic without good writing. I mean, just look at what happened to our TV shows lately. When the writing sucks, the show or the book or the comic sucks. Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, my love, I agree. Let's nuke Hollywood.
Nuke Hollywood and start over.
NSA, don't take that literally.
Yeah. We're talking about taking out the trash in Hollywood. It's because it's not just the writers. It is very much a group of actors, directors, writers that think we know better than you, and we're going to teach you. We're going to use entertainment to teach you how wrong you are.
And indoctrination.
And we don't need to be in class. We don't need to sit through this horse shit. Entertainment's supposed to be about entertainment.
Exactly.
Bread and circuses is what the people want. They don't want lectures.
Exactly. Which is what I focus on, the entertainment in my stories. I just focus on writing a good story, and that's really all I do. So firing the writers and taking over the writing room is where I would start if I could.
Soul Assassin, actors are stupid, Anthony Hopkins. He said it. Well, I want to thank you. Thank you very much for being here this morning. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me.
If I could get a mod, I know mods you've been throwing links in the chat, but if we could throw the link for her channel in the chat one more time, we could get that out there for everybody. Hopefully we can get you some subscribers this morning.
That would be awesome. If you want, you can also send them over to my Wattpad at Gothic Writer 613, where I have my stories, and there are a couple of fan fictions on there that are not finished, but they are good fan fictions, believe me, including the Darksiders one. And and my co-authored novel is there as well.
That is absolutely amazing. It's Psychodorb 9 with $2 super chat. Hollyweird needs an enema. Jack Nicholson said it best. This town needs an enema. Yes, I completely agree. Go visit the Writing Raven and subscribe. We've got your YouTube link out there. Thank you again for being here. I know it's early. I know it is absolutely early. And you're on the West Coast, so you got up at 6 a.m.
It's fine. My husband's first client starts later, so I'm going to be going back to sleep after this.
That's what I'm going to try and do as well. Master of the TV, I'm so glad you reached out. Thank you, guys. Seriously, thank you. This is a privilege getting to have you guys on here this morning. Absolutely wonderful getting to host this little talk. Getting to have you on Women of the Fan is absolutely wonderful. Snowdub live, Skull and Tuck and Roll. Much love from the Cotton Connection. Thank you so very much.
Snowdubs.
And we're gonna send you guys out with you know what? We're gonna have some Godzilla action here this morning. Skull! If that doesn't wake you up in the morning, nothing will. Guys, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you so very much for popping in this morning. And again, Lucamus Prime with a $1.79 pound super chat. Pleasure to watch this. Thank you so very much, Lucamus Prime. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. The loudest skull is the Godzilla skull test. Thank you. Thank you guys so very much. Again, thank you, Writing Raven, for being here. We absolutely have to get you on again. We will set something up. Everyone, we've got more Band of Brothers 20th anniversary streams coming up tonight. It's going to be over on Echo Base TV with Nick Weiser. Nick's going to have Nick Weiser on, so it's probably going to be Nick and Nick. It's going to be crazy. We'll have Nick and Nick on doing the 3rd episode of Band of Brothers tonight. Go and check that out. But until then, be excellent to each other and always speak friend to enter. Have a great one, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.